What's going on, you fucking half fruitcakes? We're here,
But
we're
not
fresh.
We're here, but we're not queer.
We're not queer, but we're about to get real sexy, man. I'm gonna line these motherfuckers up. On my left, we got the infamous caveman coming in.
Surprise guest.
All forehead, all thoughts. Brain
Gonna
whiz.
be a little less today.
EMIL. A little less today, but that's a good thing. You can lose this some. And then we got one and only fucking Hector and yours fucking truly, man.
The regulars.
The regulars. What's up, dog? You looking fucking sexy.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. It's not bad when you see it on a 40-inch screen,
Yeah,
huh?
it's not
Listen,
bad.
if your mom wants, you know,
We can
clips,
take a we can take a screenshot of that.
we can screenshot this,
LinkedIn,
send it to
right
everybody.
there.
It'll be on the video. You can take screenshots.
Yeah,
Fuck
hell
yeah.
yeah.
You
Use
made it, son.
It's your new LinkedIn
Yeah.
profile.
Well,
Look
I've
at
been
that.
here. I've been here on, not the last one, but the one before, 2 weeks ago. The
No,
live
you were
stream.
here on the.
That was last one.
That was the
live
last
stream.
one.
Last one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, it is my first time, I guess, on
Official guest.
officially as a guest.
Oh fuck yeah!
We're gonna do a
So are we breaking your cherry then?
Yeah,
cherry-
you could say
your-
that.
your trait-
You could say that.
See, these are the times where you kind of break the cherry, like a little bit of blood comes out, but it's not like the full
Dude,
load.
don't get it. I don't want to hear about that shit, man. You keep that shit to
You
yourself.
get a little bit. You get a little bit. So what do we think, man? Let's go into it deep.
Alright.
Let's go old to new. Let's go old to new. So
What do you
right
mean?
now, old is fucking NBA Finals. Bro.
Oh yeah, we had to finish covering that shit.
Yeah,
didn't
we
talk
haven't
about
we
it.
haven't covered that shit. So can we go down and say this was the most boring finals that we don't really give a fuck?
I don't think so, man. I think Giannis fucking had a good ass showing. Like he did really
Good
fucking
ass
well.
showing?
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Dropping a 50. That's one of the best performances in a finals game ever.
yeah. You think they're gonna make a 2020 or fucking 30-30 with him or some shit?
Probably
ESPN?
Greek to Greek.
Yeah,
yeah,
Greek
yeah.
freak to the fucking.
Yeah, it was something crazy I was hearing about, like, because he is Greek and he identifies as Greek, but he also identifies as Nigerian, like very much, almost more so
Ain't
than
it
Greek.
crazy that all these crazy motherfuckers are straight from Africa? That's like the motherland gene, man.
Well, I think what was it like, 10 years ago or 5 years ago? I think Adam Silver, the NBA started investing a lot of money into Africa because they noticed that there was
How do you do that? How do you?
you start paying.
Africans?
No. The teams start paying so you can develop gyms, you can develop leagues and teams, so you can start like developing talent. That's how
Right.
we got like Siakam. If they didn't invest into Africa, they never would have got fucking Siakam was like just kicking the fucking soccer ball around.
It's I mean, it's not just that. You got from all over the world now. From
Yeah, it's true.
Australia,
Yeah,
There's more of them, more players from Europe coming over that are not just role players but stars.
Yeah, like Jokic, right?
Yeah,
Our
Doncic.
boy. He needs shoulder caps, but it's okay. He's got that backhand roll.
2
you know?
minutes in, we already started with the genetics.
Genetics, but not genetics.
what I like to
I gotta
hear.
start soon, man.
that's gonna be our first fucking.
Vintage.
Once we get merch eventually, that's
Genetics,
gonna be the
but-
first one.
for
I'm
sure.
not kidding.
For
Genetics, but not genetics.
Yeah,
100%.
genetics, but not genetics.
100%.
Has to be a hashtag.
Because
Yeah.
I've never heard anyone say that before.
No.
That was
Genetics,
your
but not
stupid
genetics.
ass.
It's a unique quote.
Anyways, back to it. So,
I lost money
Emil,
on-
yeah, what the fuck were you gonna say? You were saying some shit.
I lost money on that shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you did.
Well, not like
Well,
overall. I still made
yeah.
money overall, but like
I was kind of sad that you lost money, but I was like, yo, fuck this guy. Listen, I was happy that fucking Giannis won. I didn't want Devin Booker and his fucking. Isn't he fucking a Kardashian right now?
probably I don't know.
Yeah, he is.
No,
He's-
a Kendall, one of the Jenners.
Kendall traded fucking Ben Simmons for fucking Devin Booker.
that's right. That's right.
That bitch is going through fucking lineups, bro. Starting fives, bro.
That's like she's
Fucking
like
just-
the 2020 version of Carmen Electric, man. She's
Bruh, if she like, you think her babies just have like fucking, where do they come out of the womb with like 60 kilometers an hour or what?
yo man. She's not even pregnant off these guys. Come on,
Wait, which one's Kendall?
the skinnier one.
Doesn't
Matter.
help me.
Doesn't matter.
I don't know.
They're all fake asses, fake everything. That's
No,
all.
she's not. She's not fake. Well, she's look
Hold
look
on.
her up.
What?
Okay, look up Kendall Jenner. Tell me she looks like she's got a
Oh,
fake
Kendall
ass.
Jenner. You
Yeah.
mean she's like
Dog.
she's fairly I mean,
Yeah, she's one of the bigger
Yeah,
ones.
Don't ever say it like that.
Yeah,
Yo,
I
she's
know
fairly
she is.
popular. Come on,
Look
son.
her up. So so
Yeah.
you're gonna tell me she has fake tits?
Bruh.
Yeah, look up that photo right there. Tell me she's got fake
Fake
tits.
ass.
Please, bro. That's not her,
That-
first of all.
That's her.
That's not
That's
her.
Kylie.
That
Hold
could be
That's
on.
anyone.
Kylie, motherfucker.
Hold on. Chill, bruh. Relax. Take it easy. That's all I gotta say, right?
That's Kylie.
Okay, I understand, but genetics, but not genetics.
No,
It's
wait,
the same
Kylie
fucking
or
genetics.
Kendall?
Kendall.
Okay,
Oh,
De-
so that's not her. That's not Kendall.
That's Kylie.
I
yeah.
understand,
okay.
bruh. Hold on. Let's see here. What do we type in here? What would be the
You're
right
not gonna
fucking
find
Google?
anything because it's not a thing.
Put her name.
Hold on.
How about that?
It's not much of one, man.
Oh, bruh.
She's got that model look, like the thin look.
The nothing look.
Yeah, that's like that supermodel
Yeah,
look. Yeah,
there's nothing there.
yeah. So yeah, oh, she's fake. Like, come on, really?
No, they definitely had surgeries, is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
it might
but-
not be a fake booty, but it's like definitely not who they are. when
Okay.
they're
Has she
born.
had work done? 100%.
A ton.
100%.
Yeah.
But does she have a fake ass, fake tits? Come on, like.
She barely has anything.
that'd be
That's
the-
the problem. I'd rather someone have a fake ass than have nothing, right?
Interesting.
That's my thing. What do you guys think? What would you if
That's
you
an
had to?
interesting take.
If you had to, okay, this is just like
Okay.
scenario wise.
Actually, this is an easier one. Who do you pick, Kylie or Kendall?
Bro, I don't even want to answer this question. It's a dumb question. Go ahead. Go ahead. Start off with
natural.
you. Natural?
Yeah.
That's not a, that's
So you
not
gotta
a
pick.
choice.
Gotta pick Kendall.
Natural what?
Like not enhanced.
Not enhanced what? So none of these girls you can pick because they're all enhanced somehow.
No, but I mean like grossly
physically.
enhanced.
Physically.
Then. Noticeably
Like
enhanced.
Coco's gym enhanced is what I mean.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
okay. What about you?
I'm going natural as well. Preference on the natural.
Natural as well?
Yeah.
So you guys want like
I'm not. Listen,
Hold on.
I'm not
So-
gonna like dump a girl, but it's like, oh, I got a bit of work done. Like, no, I'm not. That's ridiculous.
No. Hold on. You'd actually grasp that because she probably has money. If she's got to work done, you know.
Sure.
To lift an eyebrow, it's like a 10 grand, bro. It's no joke.
Yeah, but
So
like,
so hold on. I personally like. There's a level, right? Once they start looking like cyborgs and shit, where it's like everything's
Sure.
pulled up and they look.
'Cause we've seen that.
Yeah, we've seen that. We've
Yeah.
seen that, and it's
All of us
terrible.
have.
Yeah.
We've all
We-
been.
we-
We've
def-
all.
we
We
definitely
all know
seen
what's
that.
going on there.
yeah,
But all I gotta say is like, you gotta have something. You know what I mean? If I look at you and I look at myself and I got a better booty than you, like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here?
you're doing
Why-
a model. Is what
why
you're
we
doing.
Why are we playing games?
That's what you're doing. You're
Why are
doing
we
a model.
playing games?
You're doing a model.
For what, man? I could do a piece of paper too, but you don't see me doing that shit.
Does a piece of paper give you clout? No, it does
It
not.
might. It might.
No, it
What
does
if-
not.
What if it's like 1600s fucking Shakespeare piece of paper, bro?
Get the
That's
fuck
hella
out.
clout. That's
Come on.
hella
That's
clout.
not clout for shit, man.
Bro.
This girl's got like 50 million followers on Instagram.
Great.
Talking about a piece of
they're
paper.
they're all Sephora fans, bro.
Who gives a fuck?
Why would I want two fucking 12-year-olds following
You're
me
gonna
and
go
fucking-
from like 300 followers to like
Yeah, and
10,000
once-
overnight.
Hold
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. Once she moves on, then those people just turn into haters. They don't turn into fans. They're just
They
fans for
will
the time being.
still follow you to hate you.
I don't know if I want that, man.
It's the Jake Paul.
Yeah, exactly.
Mentality.
Eventually,
Yeah, but okay. Speaking of Jake fucking Paul, this
going in?
guy actually he's fighting
yeah.
Woodley right now, which is fucking hilarious because his last three he's looked good, but let's be honest, it was three guys. One guy that was like not a boxer, he was a straight like he was a wrestler, he was an Olympic
Basically,
wrestler,
yeah.
college wrestler at least.
Can you bump the red down a bit? Just a little bit. Yeah, that's good.
And then one was a basketball player. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yep,
And
the
then
other-
one was like some like random
0 and
fucking
2.
random dude. So basically, he hasn't really fought anybody of any challenge.
You're telling me like, yeah, he hasn't fought an actual boxer yet.
Yeah,
And
like
even
a
this
legit-
fight doesn't count.
This
He's
is not an actual
Woodley's
boxer.
not a real boxer.
No, but Woodley's got mad power.
That's the
right?
thing. Because we discussed that thing with Dean last time, where it's
Yeah.
like Woodley's not a boxer, but Woodley's boxing is better than anybody that Jake has fought so
sure.
far.
For sure. And yo, Emil, what do we think about this, man? Like, you see these guys talking shit.
All in Jake or what?
I'm putting money on Jake Paul.
You're
I
putting money.
always. I mean, the last three fights.
He always bets on the Pauls.
last three fights have gone on
You've
Jake
gone Paul. So you're Paul. You're
my,
pro Paul.
My reasoning is I'm not pro him. I'm.
You are pro him. You're
pro.
betting on him.
I
pro
think
money.
he'll win. Yeah, I'm
He's
pro. Yeah,
pro
I can
money.
say that. I think the odds for Jake Paul whenever he fights and Logan as well get skewed a lot because people want to. It's kind of like the Mayweather effect where people want to see this guy get knocked out so bad.
That's true, yeah.
Mhm.
And the other thing is he's not a he's not a real, he hasn't been doing this for a long time, but he's fighting against guys that well, let's look like in the Askren case. Askren wasn't a boxer either, but he was a widely successful MMA fighter. So people were thinking, oh, he's an like MMA fighter, there's no way that Jake Paul can compete with him. Like, this guy's been doing this for 20 years.
This is
but completely different realm
okay.
of completely different sport, let's say.
Can I give you a challenge on that?
Sure.
What's the challenge on that? Okay, so MMA is a wide spectrum, correct?
Yeah.
It's kind of like saying that guy's an engineer. So if you're a chemical engineer, are you going to be good at software engineering?
No, I mean it's completely different.
So it's like, I think that's a short-sighted way of thinking of these guys, right? I mean, I guarantee you, as intensive as Paul's been training, I doubt Askren has trained that hard. Like, you look at his training video, even on cam, he looks like shit. So think about what he's doing off cam. Some of these guys just don't like doing shit. Like, some of these guys, you hear these fucking stories of these guys just not wanting to wrestle.
Yeah.
Like, Brock Lesnar, during training camp for the biggest fights of his life, didn't get hit in the face. He didn't do sparring.
Mm-hmm.
So can you imagine what the fuck kind of garbage training you're gonna have?
Let me play
Devil's
advocate in a way. Who was considered the best MMA fighter of all time?
That's debatable. I know you're going with Khabib, but that's super debatable because you know why? Because he didn't have title fights. He didn't have that many title fights.
Right?
No.
You don't consider Fedor
as
up there?
Consider
the best?
Not the best,
Yeah.
but he's up there.
Yeah, but Sambo's
arguable.
Sambo's not.
What are you talking about? What's Sambo? I'm talking about pride, bro.
No, I understand, but what's your point here?
Fedor didn't look great. I mean,
Look
for
great
a
as far as
fighter,
what?
in terms, he wasn't like aesthetically built like some of these other. Like you look at GSP or something like that. Like compare the two, completely different.
I don't
physiques.
think physique has anything to do with it. I think.
Well, okay, I know, but you're talking about Ben Askren looking like he's not in fighting shape.
No. I'm talking about Ben Askren actually. Like, some of these guys actually don't train certain things. Like Connor doesn't train fucking off his back.
So you're saying
And
that
he never
Askren, when he booked a boxing fight, didn't train boxing?
I don't think. I think it was far too late in his career for the training to make a difference. I'm saying working up to that fight in his whole career. I doubt this guy went like with a Eddie Hearn or like anybody that's like a legitimate MMA, Muay Thai, kickboxing, any of these legitimate trainers. I doubt he went towards them. Like Faraz Zahabi, like I don't think this guy went there and did that. I think he stuck to his
He trained
his
with Freddie
strengths.
Roach for a week supposedly, but
What does that mean?
no, I know. I agree with you. That's
right?
why.
Whereas Paul, he's been with a legitimate coach for 3 years. Well, of course. But the problem with Tyron is like Tyron Woodley, you could say his wrestling's okay. It's not like Khabib dominant, but you can say this guy has lethal hands. And he doesn't have lethal kicks. He doesn't have lethal spinning back kicks. None of that. He's got legitimate lethal hands. And what do you use in boxing? Fucking hands. So what I'm saying is there is a chance of Paul hitting him and cranking him. Don't get me wrong. That's an open door always.
I mean, we've seen it can do it, so we know that it's.
But there is a major difference between a 26-year-old white kid that's been training for 3 years and a brother. You know what I'm saying? 5'10", 2 bills, right? Don't fuck with me.
5
I'll
minutes
take your
for another
child
genetic
support.
talk.
yeah,
Right?
no,
Like,
we're in it
it's
already.
totally different, right? It's a different thing. It's a professional fucking fighter versus a guy.
Yeah,
And
I understand.
You can't hide behind that Askren shit
It's
where he's not like an actual boxer.
It's a step up for sure, but
I'd say the biggest fight of his life. Now, am I gonna clown fucking Jake? No, I think win or lose, he's a win for him because he stepped in the ring, and as long as he doesn't get knocked out, that's pretty much of a win for him.
Yeah.
yeah, that's true. I agree.
You guys ever seen the shit talk they do though?
I can't watch.
Jake's
I
shit
can't.
talk
I
is
can't.
cringy.
I can't.
Super cringy. Like he started stuttering and shit. And
Dude,
was
I
like,
don't know, it's not.
Bro, I can't do this. I can't watch this guy.
Well, the thing is, he's used to like YouTube shit talk, because you'll make like YouTube hit pieces, or like you talk shit about another YouTuber.
Yeah.
So you have time to like cut and edit the video and make it seem like you're like really going in on the guy, like make diss tracks. But when you're doing it live, like you don't get that. You don't get that. You don't get that edit.
I just don't think he's a sharp guy. I don't think he's a witty guy, like with his mouth and shit. Like he's not like a Connor, you know? It just sounds like
Few guys in the fight game are, man.
But he doesn't have to be. He's playing that whole Mayweather type of character.
Yeah, but I think as dumb as Mayweather is, he's actually like wittier than fucking Jake. Jake is
not that special.
It wasn't great.
Yeah, remember the Mayweather McGregor show off?
It
It
was
was
not
not.
Yeah. True
What
that.
the
True
fuck?
that.
What do you remember when he threw the money in the air or whatever?
Cyborg or whatever.
Yeah, form
Voltron.
Voltron or what the fuck? Not great, man.
Fuck, man, that's brutal. So what's going on this week, man? What are you up to?
Fucking nothing.
Give me nothing, bro. Give me something.
What?
We got those mics. We're gonna cut hair or what?
Well, yeah. Well, you just fucking gave it away now. But yeah, we're going to record a special episode here, man.
Don't worry
It's gonna be
about it.
fucking
Don't worry
sick.
about nothing. We'll fucking slip
Yeah,
this
we're
up.
going to be all set up. We're going to be
Yeah.
set up in that corner. They're going to do the whole
We're
thing.
gonna do
It's
our
gonna be-
boy. We're gonna line it up. Yo, give us a little spin, bro. Give us a little spin. Let's see that
I
fucking
think I
beard.
have.
Go look,
No. Don't get up.
Look right.
Just fucking look right. Look left.
Give us like the prison.
Yeah. Oof.
The prison. Is that?
Yeah.
How did how did your mug
Hold on.
shots?
Hold on. Move to the right. All the way to the right. No. Not
Spin,
actually.
spin.
It's just spin to the right like this.
Okay.
'Kay.
This way.
Yeah, we got prisoner number 29673.
Keep going.
Keep going right, man. Keep going
Yeah.
right.
You want me to look directly?
No,
at
No,
the
no.
look,
wall?
I want you to
Spin around.
look at the wall, right?
See.
Look at that fucking lineup. We're gonna line this guy up. He looks like he just stepped out, and then straight. Give me a smile there. Fucking right, man. We're gonna line that fucking bitch up. We're gonna look good. I just want to go into some of those. What are introverted fucking? What are we talking about there?
Yo, we'll get there. Do we have any news to talk about? Any news? Any cool shit you got?
Okay. So I got a couple good things. Okay. There is. You guys want to go with that Drake Bell?
Sure.
Okay. Do we all know who the fuck Drake Bell
No,
is?
Drake and Josh, right?
Drake and Josh,
Drake and
man.
Josh, okay.
So Drake and Josh, the guy Drake Bell, he's looking at 2 years probation
For what?
for crimes against a child.
Seems pretty light.
Yeah, that's.
If it.
Yeah, but 2
That
years.
is true.
Hold on, 2 years like what did you do?
It
Is
says
my point.
child endangerment. I
So
don't quite
does he
know
have
what that
a
is.
kid? Does he have a kid? So it says
It
former.
was talking with
Oh,
a
he's
girl.
35.
Yeah, he's old.
Pretty old.
Yeah, pretty old.
I mean, Doug, we're 28.
Yeah.
We're
I
not.
know.
You guys.
Yeah, but like 20s, 30s. Like there's.
But is that what he looks like right now?
Yeah, pretty close.
Yeah. Okay. He could be 35, but he looks. Sorry, I should have name dropped, but
yeah, Dr. Evil. It's all
Let,
good.
let me just pick up that name you dropped.
yeah.
Yeah, let me just pick
So-
up this guy's identity. Fucking secrecy over here. You know how hard we worked to drop his fucking name?
We already did a few times. So.
Yeah, I know, but we slipped it out. It's all good. We'll
We'll
this
cut
one
it out.
too. So, since you're the Mr. fucking reader, read this for us, man. Let's see what it says,
Sure.
man.
Drake Bell, the former star of the popular Nickelodeon show Drake and Josh, was sentenced in Cleveland on Monday to 2 years probation on charges relating to a girl who met him online and attended a number of his concerts when she was 15. Jared Drake, I didn't know his name was Jared. Okay, Jared.
Subway guy?
Yeah,
That was
right?
the original Drake.
Jared Bell
This guy's
of
fucking
West Hollywood
brutal.
pleaded guilty last month via Zoom to felony attempted to felon. I know, it's so good.
2020, baby.
Yeah, seriously, man. To felony attempted child endangerment and a misdemeanor charge of disseminating matter harmful to juveniles.
Jesus Christ. What does that even mean?
Disseminating is like distributing.
So, okay, so what did he do exactly?
Is one of those where like you're not gonna find out.
It's sketchy. So he paid somebody off. So is this Illuminati or what's the deal?
I'm surprised that feels like it was a reduced charge to take it down to child endangerment because they probably tried to get him for something else. Like they probably floated the idea of child molestation, but then I'm
He
guessing
got scared.
I'm guessing his lawyers brought it down to that child endangerment. They're like, if I plead to this, will you guys bring it down? Kind of shit.
You know what I think, and I'm gonna go down a deep dark hole, man.
Oh god,
I think he probably slipped some 6ix9ine shit,
Jesus.
snitched on a couple dudes,
Maybe,
right?
man.
Like
There's,
in the
there's
industry.
talks of being like a whole fucking like child molestation ring in like the fucking
Yeah, man. Eddie Bravo,
Hollywood.
man.
Pizza-
Tell me about
Pizzagate?
that.
Are we going into Pizzagate?
We're
No,
going,
no Pizzagate
oh,
here, man.
Pizzagate for sure,
And
bro.
only-
Panago.
oh, Christ.
Listen, we're
that thing
going balls deep.
that already got debunked, man. I don't need to hear about that.
Listen, no, it didn't. Okay, Brian Callen, take it easy.
shit. Yeah, it did, bro. What if
Pizzagate.
Where'd you get your Hector? Where you get your news from?
New York Times, baby?
Yeah, you're fucking dude.
Yeah.
You're a sellout, dude.
Sounds like somebody.
Where are
who
you
reads
getting
New
from?
York
Like
Times.
Breitbart or some shit?
No, man. My guy that fucking spots me at the gym. He's honest. His name's Abdullah.
Facebook, I
Solid guy.
Fucking
Solid guy.
I'm
getting
gonna
news
go with
from-
Armand.
No,
getting-
my last name's too terrorist. Like they banned me off Facebook.
nice.
2024 Trump. So basically, this guy, I think he just ratted some dude out.
Probably.
And he got some shit. This is the same shit as Cosby, you know?
No, that was yes.
But
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where it was
That's
like
true.
some sketchy fucking suspect shit. You're like, what
That was
does
weird.
this
I
mean?
had no idea. Like, how
How
did
does
you just
this-
miss that?
Yeah, we're all like, yo, this guy's gonna go in for life.
How do you miss that? How do you just like forget
How do you get
that?
out? I'm not. I
So-
just saw you got out.
Yeah, when we were discussing, we had to look it up, and basically it was Cosby during his trial went and had an agreement with a judge to basically make a deal and say, okay, I'm gonna do this if you guys let me off. but somehow that agreement got forgotten about. And then 2 years later, his lawyer's like, "Yo, we got an established, like, we have a prior agreement."
How did he not know about like Cosby?
I don't know
himself
how
and
it
his
just. I don't know
lawyers?
how it just went
I think
undetected for 2 years.
I think we think Cosby is a lot more functional than he is. He's a fucking 83-year-old man who's almost blind.
Yeah,
Fair
but his
enough,
lawyer
his
though.
lawyers were involved. They must
I
have been.
think this
I
was
wonder
some
what
type
it
of
was.
strategy to
Maybe.
to be like, okay, you got to do 2 years up front, so it looks like you did something. Because I don't think this way they're gonna really come after him. They
Yeah,
really can't
yeah.
come after him because he's actually gonna get money back now. He's gonna start.
He will,
suing.
yeah, except for
right?
time served. He's gonna basically get time.
So you think it's a play?
Might be, but it's
Definitely.
still weird. Why
This is
spend 2
definitely-
years in jail? It
This
makes
is
no sense to me.
definitely like one of those moves in chess where you take a pawn but you open up life. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
Gambit.
Yeah,
Gambit,
basically.
yeah.
But yeah, let's go into some fixes, man. I want to fix some shit up. I feel like Bob the fucking Builder in this.
What do you got?
bitch.
What do you got?
You know, we're all savages, and at a certain age, I think we all just stop giving a fuck about like relationships.
Sure.
where-
Also,
and-
what the fuck? How do you just get this much?
Listen, let me tell you something. I'm a good salesman. All right, look at this. You guys see this? This is
How do you just
14
get that
fucking
much
grams.
weed?
I had a super from a job site, like a big time
Is
company.
that illegal at this point? Having that much possession?
Yeah, under an ounce, it's good. Don't worry about it. I got you. Don't worry about it. You guys get fucked up with cops. You call me.
Hell yeah.
He just brought this over
Called
today.
a lawyer
he was
Armand.
going to Cultus Lake, and he just brought this. He's like, "Yo, man, last week you helped me out.
I
Here you
smell
go."
that.
It's not bad. It's not the best.
Did he make this?
He didn't grow it. No, he didn't grow it. So we're trying to fix some shit up. At a certain age, like I said, you start caring. Your highs are lower and your lows are higher, and you start becoming like a very stable fucking thought process in your mind where you don't trip out at regular shit. But for our young kings, our short kings, tall kings, and our younger kings,
Our
that are
younger
coming in,
kings. I got you.
coming
I got
up, coming up. What's something we can tell them? Like, you know, when you're going through that first breakup, you know, I don't know any of your fucking history, so maybe you can tell us something
Go
that I
into
don't
like
know.
general if you want.
Yeah, a quick general, or you could tap me on the leg, and tell me you're not comfortable with some shit, but it's all good.
It's all good, baby.
What's something we can tell them? Like when you're going through something, you see a girl cheating on you, it's a breakup, whether you fucked her cousin, her mom, whatever, you know, shit happens, you know?
I was just taking a quick look at analytics because when you said young kings, I'm like, we're gonna shout out our like younger viewers. You know our age demographics right now?
25 to 34.
60 to 65.
No, yeah, it's 23 to 34 makes up like almost 100%.
So it's our age.
It's from 28 to 34 is 58% of our demographics, and then 23 to 27 is the rest of the 40, and then 2% for 18 to 22.
2%ers, baby.
Oh yeah, for the 2%ers out there, this one's for you.
So like
this
the
is
one
for you.
person. Really.
Yeah, basically.
No, we'll go into thing because some people are like, you know, we all went to high school and shit. We know people that are lost at our age. We know people that are older than us and that are fucking lost. They're stuck up in that fucking ideology where
Sure.
they're trying to find the one and all that, and it's like it's endless, man. The possibilities are endless. What's something over the years? If you want to start, you can start, or I can start.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can,
Oh,
up
yeah.
to you.
Start too.
You want to start?
Yeah, because I have something. I guess I yeah. I thought
Oh
of something.
shit.
That's actually kind of cool.
Okay, you start, young sir. You
Well,
tell us.
I guess there's
You want to move into it?
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, that's good.
There you go.
So for people, I guess like myself, I'm more cautious about
Oof.
entering these sorts of like relationships with people.
Respect.
So I don't know about advice, but the way at least the way I think about it is you have to, you're talking about like cheating and all this, like you kind of have to, the way I kind of approach it is you have to do like a solid vetting process. Sorry. You got to do kind of a vetting process in a way, as bad as it sounds.
Right.
How so? Like this sounds bad, but like if you explain it might not be
From
that
what
bad.
so what I see with a lot of, I think, other people is they enter these relationships with kind of the wrong intention initially, or not the wrong intention, but an idealized view of what they want to see in this relationship,
Right.
or they have some like preconceived misconceptions,
Right.
and it doesn't turn out like that,
Yeah.
and then that's when things kind of start falling apart.
So what are some things you look for? What are some red flags you look for initially?
Or like, how would you avoid that? I guess.
I mean, it's hard. It's not.
Yeah,
you don't
it's
have
true,
to
it's
go
true.
to
It's not
everything.
easy.
But like, what do you think? Okay, like let's say like there's your son here, right? You got a son, and you see him growing up in kind of same environment you're growing up, and you don't want him to make these mistakes.
Well, it's not necessarily. I mean, yeah, it's unpleasant, but maybe it's a good thing also to go through those experiences.
But wouldn't you rather
as well.
him go through a breakup with like a nice girl than go to a breakup with a hoe?
I don't know, because maybe you
Maybe he
get
needs-
like better as
or maybe he
as you
needs to be
get.
with a hoe for a bit.
I listen. That's right. All I'm gonna say is this. My thing with that is, I think when you're young and you go through breakups, the only way to go through a breakup is to just be wild. Because if you're wild, this is my ideology, and this might sound
What do you
crazy.
mean by wild?
Don't wait around thinking about it at all. The moment you start thinking about it, that's when you start losing. Because you're just wasting time. What's done is already done. Now you're just thinking about what could be that's not going to be.
So are you
So
just saying
just
as soon as you're
move on.
committed to it, just like, get to it, I guess?
Okay, as soon as you break up,
Yeah.
move on. As soon
Oh,
as
I
you
see
start
what you're saying.
thinking about what could be,
Yeah,
move
yeah,
on.
yeah.
Worst thing comes to worst, you guys both grow, right? You guys go with other people. Best thing comes to, like, best case scenario, you guys both grow, and if it's actually meant to fucking be, then it could wait 2 years. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
You learn how to, the girl learns how to ride dick, and I learn how to fucking motion with the ocean, man. It's all good.
Yeah, but
We
it's
come
not-
back and we clap harder. But if it's not supposed to happen, then who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
There's 8 billion people. There's 4 billion. Listen,
No,
that's if it's broken. But we're just talking about right now. It's what are we looking for? What are the red flags?
So I'll just respond, I guess, to your earlier or this
Yeah.
current thing that you just said. I think a lot of times you end up with one person maybe wanting to move on. So for that person, it's obviously easier to
Yeah,
move
right,
on,
yeah.
but the other person doesn't want to tend.
Do you find that you're which one?
Depends on the situation.
No, I
relationship, I
would
guess.
say I haven't had something like end up like that. Like it was a bad. It was if it ended. It was mutual, at best, or at worst. I'd say it
At
was more
worst.
mutual.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a.
A dumping.
Yeah, it wasn't like one person kind of said I'm done with this. It was,
So you never. That sounds fucking logical as shit, and that sounds exactly like the type of relationships you'd be in. Fucking logical, bro.
Have you had a bad breakup? Have all your breakups been bad, bro?
Not
I
all.
imagine
Do you
Not
need a
all.
friend?
Not all. Not all. I wouldn't say all of them been bad, but I'd say this.
Majority?
I say the younger I was and the crazier I was. Okay, I'll just go into this. When I was dealing dope, the worst. The
Yeah, I
most
believe
toxic shit.
I believe that.
The girls I would run into, strippers, fucking drug dealers, some pimp's fucking chick for like 2 weeks. Just random girls I met at the clubs. Like, probably the worst selection, like, group of girls. Like, I pray to Jesus in my younger days. I met, like, a girl that, like, went to school and, like, had a good family.
The problem is you never hung around school long enough to meet
Yeah.
a girl that's going to school.
No,
he's
I
still
think
doing it now.
no, I think it's better now because I would have
Just in the wrong industry.
I would have wasted a lot of time on shit. I would
Right.
have got like too mental. I was in that case. I'm still in half in that case, but
You're a controlled nutcase now.
I'm a control in that case. I have I blow up, but only sometimes. But what I could say is the first thing you see that is not good, in my opinion, is when you gotta be the one that tries.
Yeah.
Ooh.
When you gotta push forward or you want to reach out, that's when you know you fucked up. There's one thing to reach out to get an initial reaction.
Yeah.
But anything
Yeah, yeah.
past that, like 2 to 3 times you see them and you try to reach out, you fucked up. You're the one reaching, and it's clear.
I felt something similar in the past. I think I've told a few girls in the past where I was like, listen, I can tell when you want to be in this. Like, I can tell not only when you want to be in a relationship, but when you basically want me. Like, I can feel that, right?
Yeah.
Because I've been with girls when it's like really short-term thing, and you can tell right away when like you're doing, and they're almost like going along with it, but they're not really wanting to do something, whether it's you're doing something physical or whether you're like hanging out or whatever, but you can tell when the other person doesn't really want to be there. They're just there to, I don't want to say be nice.
Yeah, I took a
But-
girl to
but-
mini golf.
but-
She wasn't down.
But they're just there, right?
yeah.
And so I've told girls in relations, I'm like, listen, the moment that I feel that you're not invested in this in the sense that you just don't want to be here, or that you don't want to be in this, I'm gone. Like, I'm not gonna waste my time. I might tell you a couple times, like, hey, like let's like try or whatever. Like let's try and like
I like that.
make this better,
Yeah.
obviously. But I'm not gonna try and win over someone that's just gone.
Yeah, that's very insightful of you, and that's good communication. I'll tell you like this: I'm way more savage. I don't know about you. You might actually be a way nicer guy than this guy, but I think you guys are fairly close.
I'm not like you.
I for sure. I pick stuff up.
Yeah.
I don't declare it.
Oh, so you don't. So you wait. So you're the same as me. You just don't communicate it.
I don't say. I don't declare it to her. And what this is of recent. This is the past 2-3 years. This is like mature Armand. I don't say anything bad. I don't say nothing.
Yeah.
I just duck and ghost.
That's what I'm saying.
If
so
it's
like,
a bad thing, I just duck. I don't say, oh, if I feel like, blah, blah. I mean, that's good, but you probably go out with a better selection of better humans, right? Me, I'm cautious, man. I don't say nothing because I don't want to make no enemies. I already got enough of those.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
you are not cautious.
No, right now I am. Right now I am.
He's more
No
cautious.
way.
He's more cautious.
Yo,
No
listen,
way.
listen. Tell me some stories.
I mean,
Break the
we can
bank.
just talk about today, right? Like the stuff
Okay.
that you've said.
Okay.
I'm
Break the bank.
I'm not gonna go into
Break
it.
the bank.
No, I don't want to go into. I don't want it coming out of my mouth. You say it.
I don't know what I said, man. Every day with me is like a fucking compilation of fucking
Well, just
savage.
think about the last 2 hours
Man, I don't
since
know.
I came here
Yeah.
to now.
Yeah.
I mean,
Everything I
we
said
got a
was
whole
legit,
laundry
man.
list.
Listen.
Yeah, I mean, to you it's legit.
It's all legit, man. I think we're just expressing ways of how it is. I think the best way to deal with somebody is, in my opinion, is to be neutral, especially when it comes to girls in this environment.
Sure.
You have to be very neutral. I can't be nice. Like if something pisses me off, I can't just start lying and be like act fake and shit. Where some people in like an office scenario, when you hate somebody, you can just be neutral and like make them not feel like that.
I would interject.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think communication, I would say, is also probably another reason why things end up bad in certain cases. And
Most cases, really. That's
yeah, in most cases,
Yeah,
really.
that's
And I
it.
think that thinking about it more now, I think I would say like communication also is key if you want like the relationship to last. Because as soon as that kind of the communication, like people start holding things back from one another, or I don't know, something annoys you about that
But
person.
I think this is where you think it's a serious relationship. I'm just saying like when you basically when you start dating a girl,
Yeah.
you start picking up and trying to see what their patterns are like. When you see a pattern you don't enjoy, you guys like to say stuff. I don't know about you, but you guys tend to want to be like, you want to communicate. Me,
Not always,
it's
man.
not,
It's tough.
for
There's
me,
some
it's
shit
not,
that
I'm
there's some
not
shit I
nec-
keep like really close to
Yeah.
the chest and like don't tell them. And then later on, they'll find out and they're like, "Why the fuck didn't you tell me?" I'm like, "Because I just didn't want to at the time."
I just don't see. I don't see a point. I pick up on the patterns. If it's some patterns that I enjoy and I think it's a relationship, then I'll turn down that wall and I'll start communicating. But they have to get to me at a certain level of trust in my eyes for me to start communicating.
Well, I guess the other thing too is like what kinds of relationships are we talking about right now? Because if we're talking about like a serious relationship,
Listen, what do we
versus
do?
like-
What do we do? We're boys, right?
yeah, sure.
Okay, so we date. If we see something that catches our eye as far as like, how she is,
Yeah.
what she does, whatever, something important to us catches our eye, we approach them, we try to talk to them. You go on that initial date, you try to pick up as much things as you want, as much patterns as you want. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes you got to throw the fish back into the sea, and sometimes you keep the fish, and you guys make a happy family, man. You know what I'm saying?
You make
But
fish and chips.
From that point of fish and chips or throw back into the lake, the what's interesting to me is you guys are good buddies. You guys are better buddies than me. So the way you guys approach girls is actually fairly similar. And I wonder if that's just across the board of logical people, or is that because you guys are buddies?
Well, I don't know. Maybe a bit of both. We probably became friends because we noticed similarities in each other to begin with. So that's probably
Your instincts are similar,
Yeah.
which is interesting.
little in certain respects. In other respects, they're they're not. They're quite different. But in some things, like you just pointed out, then yeah, sure. But I think the whole idea, like what Emil mentioned about just communication like that, that's not a similarity between me and Emil. That's a similarity between like people.
Yeah,
people want to have successful relationships in general.
How do you have it without that?
So there's certain things that to you don't make sense, or maybe you don't want to do.
No,
But
it's just
if you think about it for yourself, maybe it might actually be beneficial to you. Because I actually found it interesting that we both had the same idea in terms of outcome. Because when I was like, oh, I'm giving the girl the warning that, hey, by the way, if I see something, I'm a dip. You do the same thing in the sense of like the dipping, just no warning. You're gonna dip.
I think.
But
it's
we're both
something-
doing the same thing because there are other people that won't
Yeah.
do that. There are other people that won't actually dip. They're gonna keep trying. They're gonna keep trying, even when the girl's not into it, and they just want the girl to stay and they want the girl to like be around. So they're gonna keep trying, even though it's like a losing battle. I don't do that because I've done that in the past, and I'm like, fuck that. Not worth the effort. Not worth the emotional fucking like strain.
Right.
I'm just not doing it.
Yeah.
So in that sense, we're similar, but it's just you don't have the communication beforehand of like that warning.
Let me tell you why.
Go ahead.
When I tell you to do something, you're gonna have a reaction. Some people listen, some people don't.
Sure.
But it's not natural. It's affected reaction. So if I tell you, hey, Hector, you're in a relationship with this girl, I tell you some type of precautionary thing, you're gonna change your ways of how you naturally are.
Maybe.
Okay. When you tell a girl, hey, I'm doing this, two things can happen. You could either turn into a fuckboy or a simp, basically, right? Where you thinking.
I actually don't know what those words mean, man.
Okay. I'll put it in terms you understand. It changes her natural patterns. It affects them. So I don't have to say anything. I don't have to, because you don't owe me, as a girl that just went out with me, you don't owe me any kind of special treatment. You should, if you want to go out with me, just like you said, right? You should naturally want to do certain things. Now, you are a person where you like to give them instructions. I'm the type of person where I'm like, hey, if you're not naturally like this, then this is just a waste of fucking time. Because I'm not.
You don't even say that though.
I'm not gonna sit around and try to like talk to and like fucking fix these daddy issues that these girls have, right? It's either you're about that life with me or you're not. I'm not gonna try to change your mind on it.
This is all short-term relationships. What you're talking about?
No. Once you get into a long-term relationship where it's like, okay,
Because that's what we're talking about.
There's check marks. No, we were talking about actually red flags.
No, yeah, but
That's
then
what I
it
was-
became the discussion. Then became long-term
now
relationships.
let me change my thing to when it's actually like long-term. So we're talking about like 6 months, 7 months.
Yeah, roughly.
Turns into something
Yeah.
serious. Then if I see you start slipping after like a honeymoon period, then I will start saying like precautionary things like, hey, I don't feel right about this. How do you feel about this? Why are you acting this way? These type of things.
What's been your longest relationship?
3.5 years.
It's decent.
On off though. On off.
What about consistent?
3.5 so long.
Yeah, 3.5 is like long, but on off.
13
though. That's weird.
months.
Okay, yeah, so a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, same for me.
Yeah. But I don't know. I just don't like to. I'm very Dr. Evil like when it comes to girls like that. And I think maybe.
Yeah, you guys share similarities.
might
in
be
that
like
sense.
that
Yeah,
too.
yeah. Especially in the shorter term.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. You know, we just went through numbers to like, I don't know about him, but like I just went through numbers because like I thought I needed to catch up in life. Like that's literally what was my ideology. I was like, oh, I'm fucking behind and shit, and I gotta catch up to these boys, you know. But what I realized is there's some things that you gain from a lot of that, and there's some things you don't.
Yeah.
There's some things you lose. One thing you gain is you pick up patterns very quickly, to the point where you can literally talk to them for, let's say, an hour.
Yeah.
Ask them key questions that follow a certain pattern or follow all patterns. And then once you have that, then you can kind of collect these ideas and be like, okay, well, where does she point to?
Yeah,
what
yeah.
kind of experience does
Look,
her patterns
look at
point
you
to?
trying to be logical.
Right? Now, this is actually very, you know, finessed up. This is fine-tuned. I'm telling you, this is a lot of fine-tuning in this. Another thing that I like to do is I like to meet their friends. Like I enjoy.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I enjoy going into like a first date with like friends.
Right.
Because then you understand, okay, if you're in a long-term relationship with this girl, what kind of friends does she have when the shit goes to the gutter?
What are you getting
What
into
kind
here?
of experiences or what kind
Are
of
they gonna get a bunch of
advice
thoughts or what?
are you gonna
Yeah,
have?
yeah.
If she's got a friend that's a hoe, be careful, son.
Yeah, that's
Be careful.
That's problems.
If she's got
that is
yeah,
that can be problems.
if she's dating the Lakers, you know, you got to be careful. You know what I mean? If she's cheerleading and shit, you got to be careful. Let's go into this one last, you know, Corona's over, right? Corona's basically over.
Basically.
Right? Now,
I mean, I just had a fucking barbecue tonight.
yeah.
That was like family friends we hadn't seen in like a
That's
year.
what
So
it was when I called you.
Yeah, it was.
I heard it was
Yeah,
seemed
people
pretty
in the back.
lively in the
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was
So-
like we had like 4, so it was like 7 of us total. My parents. So
Okay.
Sick story. So
you asked, motherfucker.
It's like super bad yesterday.
yeah.
What do we think? Do we think it's all gone?
No,
or
definitely
what?
not.
What's
No.
the what's the
Not
word
even-
on the
not even-
streets?
not
There's a
even
Delta
close.
variant.
Yeah, that's pretty. The thing with the Delta variant is it's not.
Okay, for my dumbass, please clear.
Yeah,
this
that's
up.
what it's gonna
Is
do.
This, is this?
I only
is this
talk
from Delta.
I only talk
Shut
within
your
the
mouth.
context of your stupid ass.
Yeah. Okay.
I only
all
explain
right.
shit at that level.
Okay,
Hector, is
great.
it from Delta?
Most of it's Delta. Like I think right now all the active cases like
Nobody's asking you. Is it from
what?
Delta BC.
BC?
Oh shut the! You're such a fuck. You're worse than I fucking thought, man. You're truly stupid. Oh my god.
Jump into logical.
Yeah, I was about to
conclusions.
like give you like I thought he meant like is Corona right now because of like the Delta. I'm like yeah, it fucking is. Something like all out of all cases, 80% of them in the States are Delta related.
Oh man, all the way from Delta.
All the way from
BC.
Delta.
So
Motherfucker.
deep, son. Listen, only if our subscribers could be that fucking connected, man. We
Jesus,
could reach the dudes in Texas and shit.
Hell yeah.
What's the over and under right now? What do you think the length is to fully be fully full, where the Delta variant is gone and stuff like
Another
that?
year.
Another year?
Yeah, another year.
What do you think, big boy?
I mean, I don't know. I'm not a.
Don't worry.
I
We're,
don't
Don't
know.
worry
me
about
neither.
nothing.
Me neither.
Who are we? We're just a bunch of
If
fucking
I'm guessing,
fruitcakes.
if I'm guessing,
yeah.
it's gonna last
Come on, bro.
years.
Spit it out.
Years.
Years.
At
What are we
least.
talking? Like 1 to 3 or 3 to
I
5?
think it'll go back to sort of somewhat normal, but we'll have spikes. Like it'll be kind of like the flu, where
Actually,
that's my thought, but I don't
Right.
know.
yeah, because I didn't even clarify what I meant by like a year. Because like, there's different levels to what this means in the sense of like having it around us. Because the coronavirus itself is going to be with us forever. Like it's going to be like with us in the way the flu is every year. But we're still at a very, very, very early stage when it comes to vaccines.
Mm-hmm.
We've only had them not even for a year now at this point. So at this point,
Yeah, just between what you're talking, this is tight.
yeah, no kidding. When I think what our goal should be long term is to get to a point where the vaccine is so readily available that you can literally get it at any pharmacy anytime that you want. Because that's the thing, like with flu shots, you got them at work. I got mine at work as well. You can go in whenever you like. You know what I mean? Like the flu shots are so easily available. There's never any shortages with the flu vaccine.
But they kind of try and. The way I understand is they try and predict.
That's right.
what
That's
it's gonna
true.
look
That's
like,
true.
and some years it's a hit, some years it's a miss.
That's right. But
So-
the distribution of it is a lot easier than this thing has been, because I think what's happened with the coronavirus is the way they've developed it is they're already behind in the sense that an entire population is already infected,
Yeah.
and then they're trying to develop the solution for it, and then they try and then they try and implement the solution towards it. So I think because of that, there's like a lag period that we're in right now, and I think once we get past that lag and we're kind of ahead of it in the sense that we have enough vaccines to go around to start giving out boosters when we need, I think that's when people are actually going to like truly chill the fuck out, and things will be basically normal, because they'll say, you know what, yeah, sure, the virus is still technically lingering around, but we have enough protection available everywhere for it that there's no need to really worry about, changing fucking how we do things in the sense of like not doing concerts, sporting events, and things like that. Because at this point in Canada, that's really the only thing that's left is getting sporting events and big concerts and like that fully to like what they were before.
Mm.
So I think that will be about another year. And
Damn, son. Another year.
I think another year. But what I mean, us from now until that year, it's not going to be like a fucking lockdown. It's not going to look like the year that we just had. It's going to be different. It's going.
Fuck a lockdown, bro. I'm getting a hair transplant. The fuck you guys talking about?
Yeah, you can leave. You just won't be able to come back.
Yeah.
You can't?
No, you can't now. You're good.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
But I mean, like,
man.
if they were to,
I'll
like,
sneak in
lock
through
shit
the
down-
mines, bro.
Yeah, right.
Listen, I
But-
grew up with fucking landmines.
So
and shit's all good.
yeah. So I don't think, even though it's gonna be like I'm thinking another year until we get to this like
Emil, give me a little white claw.
cool
there.
solution. I don't
Please.
think it's not gonna be like some fucking shitty like year that we just had. So it's gonna be
You want another one?
it's gonna be way better, and it's not gonna be
What is this? Black cherry?
Yeah.
You just got
Cherry.
cherries?
Cherry.
That's why I got cherry. I think that's why it was in my
Got the
head.
ice cream
Oh,
cherry
bro,
too.
this guy's crazy. Okay.
I got cherry too in the bag.
Oh fuck, dude.
Man, you
That's
guys,
crazy.
You guys need to start.
Maybe
living
that's why I got
together.
the cherries, because you said cherries, and I was
Listen,
thinking that in my
I
head.
think you guys start
Planted
needing
a
to
seed.
date each other. You guys need to open up.
We used to, you know that? No, man, you stupid. Come on.
Don't be
make-
homophobic. It's okay.
No,
Make
it's
sure you
fine.
clarify.
Listen, if you guys
if that-
want to go get married in the closet and come out, I'll baptize you both.
We'll do it
It's
for the
okay.
Can we
tax
save for
benefits.
yeah, I was gonna
Tax
say if that's for
benefits.
Yeah, tax
taxes, then,
benefits.
you know,
Can
sign
you
up.
do triples for tax benefits?
No.
Can we just be
no.
like
We
rich?
looked
Can we
into
be
that.
rich kings
Dude,
for like?
we just got to same-sex marriage. We gotta wait a couple
Gotta wait
more
till we got
years
the
until we
polyamory.
get-
Yeah.
Yeah, polygamy.
Or we could just move to Utah. You guys want to move to the States,
I don't
right?
think
You
it's legal in Utah either.
oh, bro, they got like 14 wives.
Yeah, but it's not on paper.
Yeah, not on paper.
Not on paper, but behind closed doors, baby.
But we're talking about the
Yeah,
paper.
we need the
could do it-
paper.
You
We
can
need
do
the
it
paper.
behind closed
you
doors.
could. I mean,
Can you
we're-
legally do that? Or not legally, but can you? Are you
Depends
allowed
on the
to
country.
be?
The way that I've understood it, because I've been to Salt Lake a few times, in certain counties of Utah, they basically turn a blind eye to it.
Okay.
So they have because when people think Mormon, they automatically think multiple wives. But if you go to Salt Lake City, which is like Mormon capital of the world,
yeah,
there's no multiple wives there. It's just it's 1-to-1 shit over there.
yeah.
And when you talk about it to them, like the locals, they're like, yeah, that shit's out in the fucking like
In
the
the
interior.
Coonies.
Yeah, like in the
It's
fucking
kind of like
back.
redneck shit. you
Yeah,
know?
it kind of is. Same here. Like we even had what is that fucking? I forgot we had one here like near Kelowna, Bountiful, BC. We had a fucking polygamy community as well, but it's again fucking boonies.
And they're like it's cultish.
Yeah,
Right?
and almost similar idea with the guys in
Taekwondo
Utah.
coach is fucking some dude's mom and shit. You know,
Something like that. Is that why we
it's
pull that shit up?
sensei and fucking stepdad. What the fuck?
Is that why we pull that shit up?
Yeah. So jumping from Taekwondo to the Olympics, okay? So we got an Algerian judoka quits the Olympics to avoid facing an Israeli opponent, and this is strictly because of
Ooh.
the Israeli-Palestine stuff.
Yeah. Shit.
And my brother over here, you know, my Islamic brother, you know, Islamic in arms and shit. What do we think of this, man? Like, would you, as an athlete yourself, you know what?
As an athlete.
You know, as a fucking look at your face, man. Look at that lineup. You're an athlete.
As a weekend warrior.
Yeah.
As a weekend warrior, you know, making those clips in grade 8. Do you think you would do the same?
Well, no.
Why? No.
Why would I fucking do that?
No. But I'm saying if you were like a judoka guy, right?
Yeah.
Would you make the statement or would you go? I personally, I'll tell you mine and you can tell me yours. I personally would go ahead and fight the Israeli guy, but I would actually fight him with aggression to prove a point. And then afterwards, I would have higher status in order to make my point. So if you're trying to make points, you can either quit like this or you can go to the top, get your gold, and be like, hey, listen, what they're doing over there is fucked up. Now, I don't know if as an athlete, like that's what you're paid for or that's what you're supposed to be doing, like supposed to get into political issues. But this has been going on since fucking when? Like Cassius Clay?
Early, like in World War II, basically.
Yeah, like with the baseball and shit was
Even
going
before.
on.
Speaking of Olympics, somewhat related is I was reading about when they took him hostage, those 11 Israeli.
The Munich?
Yeah, in
Munich, yeah.
That was-
Munich Olympics.
Yeah, go into that. I'm
you
not
don't-
really
do you know
100%.
this one?
34
Yeah,
years
yeah,
ago.
crazy.
This one's cool.
Yeah.
Go into it.
They made a movie about it. I never
Yeah.
watched it, but
Oh, you should check it out. That's a good
I
one.
read about it.
It's a good one.
Who's gonna give me a breakdown of this?
Hector, because
Hector,
he's
go
actually
ahead.
seen.
Yeah, you had some basically.
Keep it short and sweet. Tell me what's up.
Okay, so Olympics in Munich, in Germany,
What year?
1970. 72? So, okay, I thought it was
72.
72.
You're slipping
Fuck.
already.
Fuck.
minor
You basically had these pro-Palestinian terrorists. Yeah, the Hamas. Hamas show up and basically hold. They went to the hotel where the athletes were staying,
Right.
and they held these Israelis hostage, and I think they killed them.
They killed all of them. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's crazy because I was reading about it today. So, what happened is they got, I think, 11 of them. I think it was 11. They killed 2 of them initially in the initial struggle when they were, I don't know, trying to corral them, and they had them sort of locked up in some room somewhere in one of their hotels.
Yeah.
And so at that point, there's 9 of them left,
Mhm.
and they were trying to negotiate with the, I guess, German.
The German special.
Government?
Yeah.
To get to exchange the hostages that they had for
Mhm.
like 230 I don't know if it was Palestinian or basically one kind of someone associated with them, some people associated with them,
Yeah.
and also a few, I think, German sort of like neo-Nazi Germans that were in prison.
Right.
And they managed to negotiate passage to Egypt. So they wanted to basically get to Egypt. And they managed to get a helicopter to fly them from
Jesus.
the hotel to some airport somewhere in Germany. And at that point, so the German special forces started shooting on them basically as they were trying to make their way from the helicopter to the plane. But these special forces were not well trained at all. Like so they actually I think they killed one guy, but they missed the rest. And then this guy,
Hitler's to be blamed.
They didn't. 'Cause I think this was what's cool too about this whole event is that this is when they started. It was because of this that the Germans actually developed like a real special force, like a hostage, like the whole idea of like SWAT hostage protocol. All that didn't exist because it didn't happen.
Because of the whole Hitler's regime,
Worldwide,
because they wanted to show that, hey, we're like
All
different
peaceful.
now,
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
an open
Different now.
society.
Yeah.
So they didn't have a lot of security and enforcement and stuff like that back then. But anyways, these guys were trying to get to the plane, and I from what I remember, they didn't actually get there because the special forces started shooting. So they went back to the helicopter, and then there was like an ensuing battle, and then this guy, the main guy that was involved in this, I don't know what it was, Palestinian. I don't know what were they. I think they were called like Black September. So they weren't Hamas, but they might have been. Anyways,
Black September.
that's what they're called.
Yeah.
Dog, that's sick.
The group.
That sounds like Green Day or
He
something.
threw a grenade. He basically threw a grenade in the helicopter and blew
All
everyone up.
That's crazy.
So
red
everyone died.
things. Everybody died.
Actually, sorry, a few of them managed to get. I think a few of them didn't die, and they captured them, and I think a couple of years later they exchanged. They did like a prisoner exchange with, I don't know who it was, but a couple of guys got out and basically went into hiding in wherever.
Started
they are now.
Hamas maybe.
That's interesting because there's lots of this fucking Eddie Bravo type of black hole shit with not Saddam but Bin Laden, and a lot of these guys where they're fairly famous terrorists where they're just relocated. Now nobody knows. It's just pictures that they have online saying like these guys relocated to Argentina.
One guy for sure, because he was doing. I was reading about him. He was doing interviews
afterwards.
Yeah, he was in hiding because he was scared that the Mossad or whatever was going after him. So he didn't want to make his even his image, his face and stuff. He didn't want to make it known. So he would give every 10 years or something, he'd come out of hiding and give this interview about like.
This is like GH15 back in the forums with the fucking growth hormone and shit. It was fucking what's his face? That Egyptian bodybuilder Nasir Amin or whatever the fuck. If you guys see a picture,
I wasn't in that group. But
you know what I'm saying. But this guy would show up like every 3 weeks and shit, and be like, it would be like a contest and be like, okay, Ronnie's on this, and it's like, how do you know? Okay, this is a chat between me, Ronnie, and Jay Cutler on what they're taking. It's like 1,500 milligrams of fucking test, blah 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 blah, blah. And he would just expose these guys. It was savage because nobody knew who the fuck he was really until he died, and then they're like they like raided his place. Yeah, dude, they found like. You know how Dr. Evil's got those fucking pallets? Yeah. They found like 16 pallets worth of like just steroids, growth hormone, and shit. Imagine how much you got to be stacking. Like you got to have traps up to the ceiling.
So what the conspiracy theory is, he was supplying all of them?
The conspiracy theory was he had a airplane connection, cargo plane, that was coming from Saudi Arabia. I don't know how much you guys know about performance enhancing drugs in Saudi Arabia, but they have things that you're not even able to find here because they're more developed as far as years than America, so they have deeper roots, deeper connections. Right. You can get things like myostatin inhibitors. Now I'm no chemist. I'm not a fucking doctor, but what myostatin inhibitors does, let's say you have a genetic potential for your bicep to be this way. Yeah. Myostatin inhibitor, what it does is you no longer have that limit. No. You no longer have that limit. That's why Big Ramy looks like Big Ramy. He looks like a fucking one muscle. Nobody fucking looks like that. This guy looks like he fucking swallowed 2 atomic bombs and just grew tits. What the fuck? Give me some last thoughts, man. EMIL, man, come on. Give us some positive fucking
I remember this shit.
Back in the day.
That was hilarious.
I fucking love that.
Final thoughts?
Final thoughts.
I already gave you my thoughts. What are you on final thoughts for, motherfucker?
Bro.
Actually, no, fuck that. How did you like being on this first podcast?
Yeah,
cool. Tell me about
that. I think initially, I wouldn't say I was nervous. It was just kind of
You didn't know what to do.
You're more self-aware of
Right.
like, oh, the camera's on me.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think I did okay. What do you guys?
You know,
think?
you did do okay.
No,
You did-
okay
you
as
better-
in what?
No, like
You were super informative. You were like,
yeah, like you
bro,
did better than
before
okay.
I was talking
think.
to you, I was like, yo, this is what we're talking about. You're like, what do I gotta say about this? I was like, oh, this guy's just
No,
gonna be
no, I
quiet
knew he
this
was
No,
whole
gonna
it's
be
a
fine.
different topic.
Oh yeah, the other
that
one.
was,
Yeah.
that one was weird.
yeah.
Let's leave it
It's
at
a good thing we
weird.
skipped that one.
Let's leave it at weird.
We can do that one next week.
Next week, man. Okay, Hector, you got anything to say?
No, yeah, I was just gonna say he did better than good. I mean, sorry, better than okay. You actually did you did well. There's just a couple of things that it's the first time you sit here because I forget that we're already used to this whole setup, right? Like when we showed up here the first time, it was literally just a fucking. There was no wallpaper. There was nothing.
We
it
had
was just,
half
it
a
was just a room.
wallpaper one time.
Yeah. The first episode was
Fuck.
half wallpaper, and then the mic setup was not as good. The camera setup was not as good. We didn't have nothing was set up the way it is now.
No.
And then I forget that for anybody coming in the first time, if they don't know what to expect, this actually looks like half decent.
It's okay.
Yeah,
To the point
It can
setup
improve.
No, it can
The
definitely
setup
improve.
is really nice.
But it's
Yeah.
like it's actually impressive enough for somebody who has no idea what this is about,
Right.
to the point where they're gonna get a bit nervous about the camera being in their face, the microphone not knowing where it is, because
Right.
that's something another thing with like mic technique. When people come in here for the first time, they forget that, and that's why we try to give people the headphones, because that way you know that you're being heard. But without it, you have the natural inclination to talk to the side because you want the person to hear you,
I've done it.
right? Because
Yeah.
you're thinking that this is blocking your speech, but that you forget that this is actually amplifying your speech so that we can actually hear you properly.
Yeah.
So it's stuff like that, but you get used to it really quickly. So you actually did pretty well because you, like I said, you weren't camera shy, or like when you flipped the camera on him, he was like fine or whatever. So I think you actually did a really good job, and it was cool having him on.
Yeah, I just think it's you're kind of self-aware initially.
Yeah,
we were
yeah,
like,
yeah,
I'm
for
on
sure.
camera.
Yeah, it's
you're
all
thinking
that.
about it, and then after 10 minutes,
Yeah,
you start
you
forgetting about
settle
it.
in. So yeah.
Especially when you're a fucking professional. You
Oh,
know what I mean?
professional.
When you gotta wake up Monday morning and talk to fucking Sukman Deep about some shit, you gotta be worried. You gotta be worried. You gotta answer some people and shit. And
Yep.
they're not all gonna be great answers. Sometimes you gotta tell them your wife's sucking dick in the corner.
Listen,
it's
I
all
just-
good.
I just want to say that also before we wrap it up, that I guess my opinions don't represent the company that I'm with.
Disclaimer.
That's
Dude, if
fucked.
you
These are
can
my
if you can
personal
edit
opinions.
if you
Yeah.
can edit in a disclaimer form
Yeah.
when he
These
says
are
that
my
like right
personal
there, that'd be
opinions.
fucking sick.
Yeah.
Like one like right
No,
here.
no, what I'll
Represent-
do is I'll do like I do Dr. Evil, right? I'll put your name up and then I'll put a little disclaimer.
It's fine. You can use my
It's gonna
name.
be
And
No, it's-
14. It's gonna be no. When I edit these videos, I put up a little fucking tag on your name when I like introduce you. The same thing I do with
That's
Dr.
sick.
Evil.
That's
I'm
funny.
saying it more as a joke. I don't.
No, I
No,
know.
I
I'll
think
put
it'd
a
be funny though.
disclaimer.
I think it'd be funny if you
I'll
actually
put
put
a
like a disclaimer on the
disclaimer.
screen, or it's just like a funny ass like
Yeah.
disclaimer thing.
It runs down. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
more plates, more days.
Yeah.
These
That'd
are
be
just
kinda-
research-based fucking information.
That'd
Please
be-
don't use steroids in your ass.
Yeah.
I don't use growth hormone. All right, boys.
We're out.
We're out. Make sure to follow us. TikTok, Funny But Foul. We're randomly getting up to 1,600. I swear to
That's
Jesus.
good.
Yo, all bots, but swear to God,
Whatever.
never bought one.
Whatever.
Never bought one. I don't know where the fuck they're coming from.
All
Fucking
natural.
Saddam's asshole. Shout out.
Just like your biceps.
Just like the biceps, man. They're coming out of nowhere, man. They're peeking left and right.
Funny but Foul podcast on Instagram.
Instagram and Funny But Foul podcast everywhere else, man. And with that fucking shit, we're about to bounce from here to heaven and get those 72 and come back and touch Jesus for that 81. Shout out to Kobe. We're out of here. Peace.